Shalom, friends. It's so nice to see you. Sometimes life and Torah actually come together in a beautiful harmony. The reason I say this is the Torah portion this week is known as Parshat Shoftim. It literally means judges. We are commanded to make sure that we have operating courts that are able to follow the rule of law wherever we happen to live. There's also a wonderful teaching in the Torah portion about creating cities of refuge, and I'll come back to that in just a moment. But at the end of the Torah portion are commandments for how we are to engage in warfare. The Torah understood that sometimes we have to go out to battle. And the commandment in the Torah is simply to say that when you go to attack another city and you surround it, you're not allowed to cut down fruit trees to be able to build up for siege works, for the understanding that those fruit trees are life-giving, that you need to be able to eat from them, those in the cities need to be able to eat from them, and you cannot have what is called wanton destruction. From that, the entire ethos, Jewish ethos of what is known as Bal Tashchit, or do not destroy, is derived. And so you might be seeing behind me some individuals working on this tree, this beautiful, beautiful tree that is in our front yard, and thinking to yourself, Rabbi, you said no wanton destruction, don't cut down trees, and yet they're cutting down a tree. What they're doing instead is they're pruning a tree. We know that there are some branches that have died, and to be able to allow the rest of the tree to live and to thrive, we have to do that. Jewish tradition teaches us the same thing, that sometimes we have to what's called circumcise our hearts, to cut away all of the schmutz, so to speak, all of the detritus that is calcified spiritually around our hearts, and so that we can truly be open to hearing God's message and to being as compassionate and loving as we can possibly be. We've now entered the Jewish month of Elul, that last month in the Jewish calendar, where we sound the shofar every morning to wake us up, where we read the 27th Psalm to remind us to recognize God's majesty in the world, to remind us that hope has to always live wherever we go. And so with that in mind, we can be able to do some things to cut away the calcification that is there, so that we can walk into the new year of Rosh Hashanah totally clean and totally open to hearing the messages that we need to hear of this season. So as I said, don't destroy things wantonly. We have to do whatever we can do to save this beautiful planet, and we know we are in a crisis mode right now and needing to save it. But at the same time, do what you need to be able to do to prepare yourself spiritually for the new year. Listen to the sound of the shofar, read the 27th Psalm, give tzedakah, say a few prayers, and make sure you take care of this planet as best as you can, just as we are taking care of the planet in our small ways, so that this beautiful tree in front of us can continue to grow and thrive. The Torah always speaks, I believe, in current events. This is just one small matter of how to do it. So friends, wishing you an early Shabbat Shalom. Come to join us for services to hear this part of the Torah. We'll be talking about this notion of Bal Tashchit on Shabbat morning as we open new religious school CJL classes and a new year of programming for a full new year. Wishing you an early Shabbat Shalom.